Yo, what's happening, people? Monkey Mike back here from Monkey Wrenching. If you're new to the channel, thank you for checking it out. If not, welcome back. Now, today I've got in store for you something a little bit different than normal. Usually I do my unboxings one shot and I don't edit any of it and blah blah blah. But I mean, do you not know what a catch can is? If you don't, it's really simple. That was my shoe. I didn't fart. See if I can get it to do it again. There it goes. See? Unlike the other guy, I really didn't fart. Anyway, I would have owned up to it. So, this is the filter it comes with. Cheesy, you know, fake little carbon fiber looking thing. Kind of cool. It's got a bunch of barbs. This top right here, we can take it off. Oh crap. Let's see. This guy? I think it's this guy. Oh, no. This guy. Big guy. Alright, so let me take that off. Alright, so that was a T50. I'm sure it's actually an Allen screw, but I don't really care. Just grab what was quick. This thing's kind of cool. It has a recessed washer in it, so you can just drive it down flat and it'll seal good. As you can see in there, alright, that's a little baffling. And let me sit this thing down. So, you can take it apart. This was really good machining because it's actually like just barely touching. So not enough that it matters. It does have some weird kind of like slimy semen-esque. It's kind of hard to see. It's really gross. Anyway, that's like the sealing, I guess, that it used. I don't know. It's really gross. It's on the threads in there too. But anyways, you can see the baffling it has, and then it goes right through, okay? So normally they tell you to put the filter on top. I don't know why you would want to do that. As you can see, that there is also like a dipstick deal, so that unscrews from there. I'm not sure how well it seals. We'll have to figure that out later. Oh yeah, what I plan to do, you can see I have that steel wool sitting over there, so let's just do this right now. Oh yeah, check this out. They didn't even paint it all the way. kind of cheesy. I won this thing on an eBay bid for like $3 or $4. It's really cheap. Right, so we're gonna pop this open. All right, just so it doesn't move around a whole bunch. We're gonna make it fat and long. That's how she likes it. And then we're gonna shove it in the hole. Man, that was bad, but that's the truth. We're gonna shove it in the hole. All right. Now what we're leaving it in there for is a media to grab the oil. The oil will eventually seep down to the bottom. It'll pool up down here. And rather than getting sucked back into the hole that's right there, it'll just simply stay in. So take this out before I put it back in. Set that there. Okay. Put it back together. You see it does have a nice little rubber ring right there. Nice and tight. That's how she likes it. Stuff that bad boy in there. There it is. Now, this being the inlet, we're going to put the fatter one on there. Looking good, looking good. And then we're going to play. And then we're going to take, where we put this smaller one, is going to go right here. And the reason for that is I'm actually tapping the valve cover. You'll see that later. Tapping it with a 1/2 inch MPT, and we're putting a similar barbed fitting. This one here's got enough of a lip right there that we can just go ahead and put a hose clamp on it. I may later actually put an AN fitting once I figure out what these threads are. Don't really care that much right now. It's not that big of a deal. Okay, so that'll sit on there. We'll hose clamp that fool down. Probably, you know, one of these guys. I'm not really sure. These are supplied with the kit, which is kind of cool. It did come with a bunch of black O-rings as well as some mounting tabs and some nuts for this guy right here, which you can see kind of sits not exactly straight. Oh, that don't matter. Yeah, Anyways, so we'll go ahead and put that cap back on top. And again, the whole point of why we're not going to use this is because it would just blow right out. There's, why would you even be using it at that point? So, there you go. Again, that's T50, works just fine. And yeah, there you have it. My idea is the valve cover is going to spit it out. And you can see this is where the original PCV was. It's going to spit it out over there. So I'm probably going to mount it like right here. Looks perfect. Don't mind, I have my sway bars sticking out. But I think this one, it'll be perfect right there. The length that the two holes are apart is actually perfect in line with this whole bracket. It'll be a little bit of a pain to pull that thing up and drill all the holes and yada yada. Once it's done, I think it'll be great. And then the other side is actually where the breather is. A lot of people don't know the way the PCV system works is you have one side sucks out, one side sucks in. The side that sucks in, we're gonna have it go to fresh air. I don't know where in here I'm gonna do it. I'll probably just put like a little barb fitting somewhere in there, and I'll run that line up to the outlet, which I believe sits about right here. Okay, and then I'll put a check valve. So that only sucks in, it won't allow it to come back into the turbo at all. It'll just, check valve stops the air from moving in one direction. And then we'll do the same thing over here. We'll make it to where this only goes out and doesn't come in at all. So really, what's going to be created is we're going to simulate the exact same way that it worked before, where one was simply a vent to allow the other one to breathe. So when boost does happen, it'll only shoot into the catch can. We'll figure out if it needs to have a vacuum, if we need to modify the can at all. Did we put too much media in there? Do we need to pull some of the stainless steel wool out? Those are the types of things that I don't know. We're just going to have to experiment and find out. No, I'm not a fan of these guys. It's just a beanie I have. It's warm, and I don't know. I'm one of those guys where, like I endorse some stuff. I love HTS Motorsports. That's where the shirt came from, and I wear their merch all the time. But things like hats and shoes, and I'm just not really a brand whore. I don't really care that much. That's why half this crap is eBay stuff. If it works, it works. I'm gonna use it. If it don't work, throw it away. Get something that does work. I don't care what the name's called. I just want my stuff to work. So that kind of gets you caught up as far as how I'm routing the oil breathing system for the crankcase or the rocker cover, however you want to call the ventilation system that we're using. The PCV is, positive crankcase ventilation. That's what we're doing when there is boost, because what's going to happen is when this thing starts to make boost, the piston rings are not meant to hold that kind of pressure in the crankcase, and it's going to end up pushing out a bit. And it's going to go one way or the other. It's usually going to blow by into the valves. It's going to basically try to push oil out. And rather than try to mitigate that at the crankcase or in the crankcase cavity, it just goes through the PCV system. And usually you have it hooked up to a vacuum, and so it'll start to equalize pressure. Basically, as any vapors or whatnot try to get out of the crankcase, it's just pulled back in and they recirculate it and burn it. Dude, race car, I don't want that junk inside my intake manifold. This thing was so nasty and full of crud. And to be completely honest, oh crap, I cleaned this out earlier. But this thing, you'll see in probably the next video I'll show is what I'm doing here right now. But this thing was disgusting, man. That's where the actual, you can see the difference between, this is where air comes in. Okay, that's the vent chambers. And this one here is the actual PCV itself where it evacuates. And that's the hole. You can see I'm tapping it. I'm going to put this barb fitting on there and the hose. Love my hose. Oh no. I'm going to have to clean that up now. What the heck? I just sprayed that all off. Anyways, well, I can see I apparently made a mess. I'm going to have to hit it again and go get some more brake clean. Oh well. But yeah, that's how that works. So again, I'll cover that more in depth next time. We'll talk about exactly how the valve cover routes air, why it works the way it does. You can see the different plates and chambers, and we'll talk about that stuff. I don't want to get too far ahead because, man, I got a lot of videos to make this month. So not that I'm trying to like string everything along, but at the same time, yeah, I guess maybe I am kind of stringing it along. There's something else. I thought about putting a vent on the expansion tank as well, but I'm not really sure. I think I'm probably just going to leave it alone, because realistically this should be able to keep a pressure and exchange the air, and I don't know. We'll see. Right now I just need to tackle the oil, get that taken care of. We are so close to starting this car, you have no idea, but again, I don't want to ruin exactly where I'm at for you. You'll have to stay tuned. I'll catch you up. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Monkey Mike, Monkey Wrenching. Not to copy Rudnick, but dude, if you like my stuff, subscribe, comment, like, do all that stuff. If you want to see more, let me know. Let me know what you want to see. I would love to be more interactive with you guys. It would be super cool if it wasn't just me posting, random videos every now and then. I say hi. Even though the engagement I have is great, I want to encourage more. So if you want to talk to me, I am on Instagram at monkey.wrenching. And as well, go check out Aaron at 802 Garage if you haven't already. That's my boy. Love that dude. He is exactly what has inspired me to get this all back going again. I mean, I was still building my car, but I pretty much was about to give up on YouTube. And we talk pretty much every day. So I was like, you know what? He's right. He's right. Get back on the horse and get moving along. So thanks again, guys. Peace.